Alright guys, this is Ashwin here. In this video, we are going to solve the problem quicksort 1 partition. So in the previous problem, we have done the insertion sort. The time complexity is order of n square. In this problem, we are going to solve part of quicksort. This quicksort will take order of n square in worst case scenario. In the average case, it will take order of n log n. Most of the times they will use quicksort for in-place sorting. That's why we are going to use quicksort. So in this challenge is a modified version of the algorithm that only address partitioning. So partitioning is a part of quicksort algorithm. So we will see that now. The first step, that is divide. Choose some pivot element P and partition your unsorted array into three smaller arrays, left, right, and equal, where each element in left lesser than P, each element in right greater than P, and each element in equal equals P. For example, assume the array elements are like this: 5, 7, 4, 3, 8. So we take the pivot element as array of 0. But in the actual sorting algorithm, you can take any element as a pivot element. So in this problem, we are taking the first element, that is 5. So array is divided into the left section, that is 4, 3, that is lesser than 5, equals is equal 5, and the right part is greater than 5, that is 7 and 8. Putting them all together, you get 4, 3, 5, 7, 8. So this part is left, this part is right, and this is equal. And another valid solution is 3, 4, 5, and 8, 7. So the ordering doesn't matter. The whole point of partitioning is that the pivot element 5 is placed in the sorted order. So even if you arrange it in a sorted order, means 5 will be placed at the correct position. And apart from that, left side we need to again do the partitioning, and again in the right side we need to again do the partitioning. After doing the partitions, all the elements will be in the sorted position. That's the overall logic of this algorithm. Okay, here given array and P equals array of 0, partition array into left, right, and equal using the divide instructions above, then print each element in left followed by each element in equal followed by each element in right on a single line. Your output should be space separated and does not have to maintain ordering of the elements within the three categories. So I'm going to propose two logics. So we can create a separate array for left, right, and the equal, and put the elements into that accordingly based on the conditions and print it. So the other one is, without using a separate array, we can swap the elements accordingly. I will tell the whole logic while coding. So let's see the constraints now. So it is a sample problem. So the constraint is very small. It is negligible. So we can move to the sample input. So they have done a detailed explanation here. In the initialization, they have taken a pivot element, that is 4, and assign it to equal. So we can take it as a single array. Now, if it's less than the pivot element, it goes to left. And if it's greater than the pivot element, it goes to the right. Like this, the whole algorithm follows. And in the end, 4 is placed at the sorted position and the remaining elements are placed accordingly. Okay, let's solve the problem now. Let's initialize the array variables. Left equals an empty list. Now right equals another empty list. Now the key value, that is the pivot element. Now the pivot element, pivot equals array of 0. Remember, in the actual algorithm, this pivot element can be anything. Now we need to do the partitioning process. Partition for I in range of 1 comma len of array. Well, I'm starting from 1 because we already took the 0th index of the array. Now, if array of I less than pivot, so left dot append array of I, and in the elif part, array of I greater than pivot right dot append array of I. So after putting the elements into the corresponding arrays, we need to return it as a whole array. So that will be return left plus, we need to convert this pivot element as an array. So pivot and again plus right. So plus is similar to the extend operation. This will concatenate all the array elements into a single array and return it. Let's run this now. So it passed the sample test case. Now we are creating a separate array for storing these values, but in the actual algorithm, we don't need to create a separate array. Now I am going to explain with an example how the actual partitioning works. So consider this as an example. We taken 5 as a pivot element, and we are using two pointers. One is I and another one is J. So I will be pointing to 5, J will be pointing to 8. First, we are starting from I. We are comparing with the pivot element. If the element is less than or equal to the pivot element, means we will go to the next element. So here 7 is less than or equal to 5. The condition fails. I is here. Now for the pointer J, 8 is greater than or equal to 5. Remember, left side part should be lesser and the right side part should be greater. So it is greater. We will move to the next element. So 3. Now the condition will be failed because 5 is greater than 3. After the condition breaks, we will swap I and j. So if we swap I and j, means 3 will be located here and 7 will be located here. So if I comment it out, 5, 3, 4, 7 and 8. So after swapping, I is pointed here, j is pointed here. Again, we are checking for the condition. 3 is less than 5. So we will move to the next step. And again, 4 is less than equal to 5. After swapping, we will increment I and decrement j. Both points to the same element, that is I less than or equal to j. So the condition will be failed. In the end, we will swap the pivot element with one of the pointers. After swapping, it will be look like this: 4, 3, 5, 7, 8. So we have obtained the result without using additional variables. So let's comment it out here. We already used the pivot element as array of 0. I'm going to use the array itself. Now initialize the pointers. I equals 0, j equals len of array minus 1, that is pointing to the last element, I less than j. So until I less than j, the whole operation continues. Inside the while loop, we will be having two while loops. First one is index I while I less than j and array of I less than or equals pivot element. So if the condition satisfies, means we will increment I by 1. I plus equals 1. Now again, in the jth index, that is for index j, while I less than j and array of j greater than pivot, we will decrement j by 1 because we are coming back from the last. So after the two loops breaks, we need to do the swapping operation. That if I less than j, array of I, comma, array of j equals array of j, comma, array of I. And we will increment I by 1 and decrement j by 1. After doing the swapping operation, if the whole while loop breaks, that is I equals j or it extends j, we will swap with the pivot element, that is array of 0, comma, array of j equals array of j comma array of 0. So here array of 0 is the pivot element. You can use a variable to hold the pivot index, and after that we need to return the array. Return array. And for index j, we need to remove this. We don't need to use the condition here. Now all the conditions are in place. So let's run the code now. It passed the sample test case. Let's submit it. Yeah, we solved the problem. If you have any other logic other than this, please leave a comment below. It will be very useful for the community. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel for future videos. See you guys with a new problem.